and try to say, what's up for as little bit of time as I do have to spare before I got to hit the road. Just wanted to wish you guys well, and also remind you to try to be nice to people, because some people are having Thanksgiving alone for the first time. Some people are, sorry about that. I'm trying to cancel my audio on my end. But some people are spending Thanksgiving alone for the first time. Some people are, missing someone. Some people are, they got horrible news. Like you got to always keep that stuff in mind this time of year. I think that's like as important, as anything. So that's one of the main things I want to remind you guys of. And of course, we all like say, oh, be grateful, find things to be grateful for. And that's true. But with that being said, try to be compassionate too. We got a few people in here. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you all as well. Love your content. Hey, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. From Montreal, Canada. Man, I get a lot of messages from people in Canada. I didn't know. I guess I'm semi-popular in Canada. That's pretty cool to know. Yeah, spending this day alone. Desert Trader spending this day. Mine just fell. Yeah, and that's the thing. I talk to a lot of people who don't like the holidays because they've lost people. You got to keep that in mind, you guys. You got to try to be nice to people, even if they're not that nice. Try to be compassionate, because holidays can be tough, especially nowadays. Like everybody complains about like the economy, and everyone's uncertain and everybody's worried about everything. Like, take that into consideration when you're out and about. Take that into consideration. Try to be nice to people, man. Try to be nice to people. Happy Thanksgiving, Devin, gentlemen. Got a lot. I can't get over the Canada thing. I can't believe how many messages I get from Canada and how many subscribers I get from Canada. That's pretty cool. Where's everybody at today? Again, I don't have much time, but I just wanted to say what's up. We got Toronto in the house. Abbotsford, British Columbia is in the house. That's pretty cool. My chat is like really small. We got DC in the house. Chris Golden. Man, we got a little bit of everything out here. I wish we had snow right now. It's actually pretty nice weather for where I'm at. It's like light clouds, relatively chill. You guys gonna stuff your faces today? Anybody on diets? Anybody trying to stay away from the high calories? I don't know. I think today's a good excuse to stuff your face. Just my opinion. He says, we are closer to 2050 than 2000. How does that make you feel? Yeah, don't remind me, dude. I was just talking to some friends about time moving faster than it used to. Like, I've made videos about that. A lot of people have made videos about that. That's kind of scary, man. That freaks me out. For whatever reason, I don't do well with that. Like, I don't do well with, the thought of time going by quicker. And my laptop just crapped out. That's weird. Okay, I guess my laptop has just broke live on camera. So we'll just try to read the tiny letters on the screen, which is very, very strange. But whatever. What do you do? Oh, Lordy. I'm going to try to pull this up on my phone, you guys, on my other phone here to be able to see the letters, or the writing more, because like I said, I'm blind as a bat. Not really blind as a bat, but relatively. Time is just a number. Yeah, I guess that's true. Time is an illusion. What time is in outer space? Yeah, I was actually just talking to someone recently who was bummed out about his age, and I'm like, bro, you got to think about it. Age, in a sense, is just kind of like an organization thing. Like, we just keep track of time and organize things. But I've met people. In fact, I'll tell you guys a quick story. I may have talked about this in another video. I've met people that were, one guy particularly, he was like 91, 92 years old. I met him in the gym a few years back. Looked phenomenal. He looked incredible for like 91 or 92. He showed me pictures when he was in his 50s. He looked horrible in his 50s. He looked horrible. So you can change things. The number itself shouldn't scare you. Watching from glorious California, Mexico. Wow. 70s and sunny over there. He says, go Packers. I don't get into football like I used to. Like, I used to be really into football. Not so much anymore. When the NFL went super woke and shit, it just kind of lost me. I have a hard time forgiving with stuff like that. Time does feel like it's going unusually fast. Yeah, man. I've been saying that for a long time. A lot of people have been saying that for a long time. ever since COVID, things have really gotten scary, scary fast. And we got a super chat from Chris. What's up, Chris? Time to talk some politics and ruffle feathers. Yeah, I've been thinking about the video I made yesterday, and I'll probably still end up keeping that other channel just because some things I want to talk about don't make sense on this channel. Like this channel, the main goal is to talk about like dating dynamics, talk about men's mental health and self-improvement and like the struggles men face, and also like some philosophical stuff about life and what it all means and just things like that. But there are some issues that I do want to talk about. Some of the political stuff will be on this channel. Like if I want to talk about some of the woke bullshit that affects dating and or like men's health or men's mental health, that stuff will still be on this channel from now on. But there's other things like censorship in the UK, for example. That doesn't really mean much to my channel right now, but I still want to talk about that too. Digital ID, all this bullshit. Like I want to talk about a lot of that stuff, and that'll be the channel for that. We got a hello from Scotland. Damn, we got Scotland in the house. Project Alice says hi. What's up? WF should do a live stream together with Joker of Better Bachelor. Yeah, you know, Better Bachelor. I've seen that channel. For whatever reason, I'm drawing a blank. I got so much on my mind, but I've heard of Better Bachelor. I think I've seen some of those videos. Have you tried Taki's Blue Heat? No, I have not, actually. I have not, but one of the neighborhood kids around here was telling me those are good, actually, recently. I had a little conversation with him, and he brought up those, so maybe I'll have to try those out. Let me get back and get caught up on some of these. I turn 50 next month. I still lift and run every day. I feel like a big kid. Exactly. That's what it's all about. Trying to stay young forever. And that sounds silly to some people, but I don't think it's silly. That's a good way of thinking, in my opinion. Mona Ahmed says, hi, what's up? Dev, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? You know what's funny is I've told you guys before, I don't eat vegetables. I hate vegetables. I don't eat any vegetables. So I usually just get turkey by itself. My family makes schnitzels, which is like a German dish, I guess. Mashed potatoes, rolls. I like chocolate Oreo pudding pie. Yeah, I just don't eat. I don't like stuffing. I don't like any vegetables at all. So my when I eat, it's just meat and whatever bad carbs I probably shouldn't be eating. That's pretty much it. I've never eaten a salad in my life. Isn't that crazy? Let's get caught up on these. Dev, what's for Thanksgiving? Itchy skin and a symptom of bowel issues. Opinion issue. Pale skin can be liver or juice better. Okay, yeah, we got some health advice in the chat. That's good to know. Love from Lebanon. Damn, we got Lebanon in the house. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day to you too. You're going to keep everything on here now, including stuff that's going on in the UK. No, some stuff that I still want to talk about doesn't really make sense on this channel. I thought last night about this. I'm just not going to... The message I wanted to send yesterday, maybe I didn't convey it properly, or as I think I'm clarifying it a little more now. I'm just not going to hold back on this channel. As this channel grew, I was being careful what I talked about because, you know, you don't want to offend anybody. But at the same time, you're always going to offend somebody. No matter what you say, some people are going to like it, some people aren't. And that's just how it is. I'm not going to hold back on some of the political stuff that I think belongs on this channel. Like the woke nonsense, that affects dating a lot. Like feminism and the woke ideologies in general, that stuff has done so much damage to the dating market, to men and women. That needs to be talked about. Some of the insanity that I see, just propaganda, all that controversial stuff. Some of it belongs here, but some of it still probably will stay on that channel because I still want to talk about it, but it doesn't make sense on this channel. Like current events, some current events that I want to talk about. Like I said, political stuff in other countries, like digital ID and that kind of bullshit. That doesn't really make sense on this channel. But I'm still working it out. I'll probably maybe change that channel name again. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm all over the place. You guys have to bear with me. What else we got? Yo, Jesus loves you. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, Jesus loves you too. I appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving, Anthony. What's up? The Hurley17 says, God bless you, Dev. Thank you. God bless you too, my friend. World needs more pumpkin pie. Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of pumpkin pie, believe it or not. Favorite singer and band? That's a good question. God, that's tough. That's tough to answer on the fly. I'll just rattle off. As far as bands go, my overall favorite band is probably Alice in Chains because I'm from Seattle. That's my favorite Seattle band. Um, Big fan of Pantera, though, if we're going to talk about like rock bands, metal bands. Favorite singer in general, I think Jackson Browne is an extremely good singer and songwriter in general. Who else? Man, who else? I'm a big fan of Dermot Kennedy, kind of a newer artist. Matt Mason, if I'm pronouncing that properly, he's an interesting artist. There's a lot, man. I can go on for hours. I can talk music forever with you guys. Let's see. Should I? Whoa, hold on. We got Chris says, should I try content creation? Just takes long to build a following. I struggle with showing myself on camera. Yeah, I will say this. The advice I will give anybody if they want to try to start making videos is you better enjoy it. Like you better be talking about something that you want to talk about. It's hard. It's really hard to grow on YouTube, especially if you're not very savvy about titles and keywords and descriptions and thumbnails. I don't put that much work into titles and descriptions. Sometimes I end up doing a good job with it and the video does well. A lot of times I don't do a good job and maybe that video should have done better. But I need to take the time to learn more about that side of it. If you're not comfortable on camera and you want to make videos, do not give up. Most people, it's very weird to sit in front of a camera like this. In fact, I still get uncomfortable a lot of times. It will get better with time. I would dedicate 100 videos to trying to get better. I would commit to that. Say I'm going to make 100 videos and then see where I'm at because you will get better. You will get better. It's hard. It's not easy to make videos, man. It's not easy to make videos, but if you're passionate and you want to talk about it, man. Life is too short. The embarrassment of doing cringy videos that you were not happy with, that will not hurt as bad as what if someday down the road. I promise you that. Just like with women, I tell everybody, if you want to talk to some chick and you get blown off and she just completely humiliates you, yeah, that's going to hurt. But the what if will hurt way more. Ask anybody. What ifs are worse than probably literally anything. Let's get caught up on these. Let's see here. Sunday, Team Android. Yeah, Team Android. Yeah, I'm definitely Team Android as well. Conor McGregor is the legend. Yeah, Conor was such an exciting fighter for a long time. I think he has fallen off. People like Conor McGregor, a lot of people don't realize when you're that dynamic of a explosive fighter, usually your conditioning is going to suffer. You know, it's kind of like a trade-off. His gas tank was always one of his weaknesses, probably his biggest weakness in my opinion. Hi from Kira, what's up? Who else? Conor McGregor is the only person who can help us. Team McGregor. I'm not following McGregor that much. Maybe he said something recently you guys are inside joking about. Team Android, Team Single, Team Self-Awareness. Yeah, single's fine, but don't be single because you're angry, you know. Unless you genuinely are indifferent about relationships. Relationships are great too, you know. Christina says, hi, beautiful Dev. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I appreciate that. Ever heard of Agartha? No, I haven't. Do you read chat? I try to read the chats. It's hard to keep up though sometimes. Down in a Hole, Down in a Hole, Alice in Chains. That's a very good song. I can actually play that on guitar. Maybe I should get my guitar and play Down in a Hole for you guys. It's like major, it's really out of tune right now. Have a great day. Yeah, you have a great day too. I appreciate that. Fleet Foxes, a really cool band from Seattle. Fleet Foxes. I don't know who that is. I haven't heard of them. So maybe I need to look into that. Can I be in call together? Subscriber. Yeah, give me a call, man. That'd be awesome. And if you can't I have that pay per minute phone line, which some people don't like. If you have the money, that's awesome. But if not, don't waste it. Just hit me up on Instagram. I get a lot of messages, so it's hard to keep up. But hopefully I can eventually get to your message and say what's up to you. Fist fighting is kind of fun. Yeah. At times, getting punched in the face never feels good. Mr. Ryan says, hello, what's up? Todd says, what are you seeing at your job in the world? You talk in generals a lot. Any history of what you've seen in Seattle in the last 5 years versus the last 20 years? When Nate was here visiting, we talked about how I think Seattle was one of the most beautiful places to be growing up. Seattle, the cool thing about Western Washington is that you have beaches, you have the forest, you have farms, you have cities, you have, Leave It to Beaver neighborhoods. You literally have everything here. You can drive for a half hour to find anything. You can go to the ocean, you can go to the woods, you can go to the local beach, you can go to a cul-de-sac. I mean, we have everything here. But the politics here has just gotten too out of control. Western Washington was always like a liberal place, right? It's like center left, but it was down. It was normal. It was center left, like, normal, slightly left, liberal, cool place to be, artsy. But it just went so far that it's unbearable now. At least to me, it's unbearable. I think it's unbearable. That would be the biggest issue for my area. Jesus is king. I agree. Hans says, McGregor is a great hype man for bare knuckle fighting. He is obviously on Tony Montana mountains of cocaine. Yeah. I worry about him sometimes. Do you fragrances? Yeah, I have the DevSense channel that I should start uploading on again. I've been collecting fragrances for a really long time. Appreciate your channel. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Happy Thanksgiving from the Gorilla. What's up? Happy Thanksgiving. Glossy says, watching Fight Club on Thanksgiving with my dad and brothers. It's a tradition here. That's really cool. That's what it's all about. Getting together with friends and family, friends and or family, and just appreciating people. Mount Baker. Yeah, Mount Baker. That's another great thing to look at here. What is one rule of Fight Club? To movie quotes here. Where is here? I'm in Western Washington. Project Alice. What's your bench, Dev? The best pound for pound. I don't bench anymore because I have shoulder problems, rotator cuff issues, trying to show off. But the most I've ever benched was like 320, and that was years ago when I was weighing 145 at the time. I was like really lean, weighing 145 because I'm a short guy. I was weighing 145, benching 320. So that was a pretty impressive bench. Right now, who knows? I haven't benched in so long. I'm still pretty strong on like hammer strength machines and I do dumbbells, but I don't go super heavy anymore. Let's see. What's your bench? Ironically, be there in ownership 100% only fall from grace. Yeah, that's true. People suck, Ryan says. Not all. The Hawaiian, $5. What's up? Hi, Dev. Keep speaking the truth, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Like I've said in other videos, I get stuff wrong all the time. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm Superman, but I'm wrong all the time. I'm just some crazy person that likes to run his mouth. Tracy says, happy Thanksgiving. What's up, Tracy? Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving yourself. Hans Blitz says, I'm in Green Bank Research Facility, West Virginia, in a radio dead zone, and there's an NSA facility up the road. This is a weird place. Nobody around. Yeah, that does not sound very fun to me. That sounds a little bit creepy, if I'm being quite honest. Seth says, happy Thanksgiving, Deb. What's up, Seth? Hopefully you're having a good Thanksgiving yourself, man. What do you guys think? This might be controversial. What do you guys think of the 5G stuff? What do you guys think of that? Let's get a little bit wacky. Let's get a little bit conspiratorial. I got some friends that go hard on like 5G causing issues. I always go into my phone and I turn the 5G off. And maybe it's all in my head, but I notice my anxiety and stuff usually isn't as bad if the 5G's off on my phone. Maybe I'm crazy, but I got some friends that really go hard on that. They really go hard on those tinfoil hat discussions, and I'm open to learning about that because I don't trust anything, quite frankly. I don't trust anything. Tracy says she ate too much. Well, give it about a couple hours, you'll probably eat again. That's what everybody does. Once that wears off, that appetite comes back. Todd says, do you think there are some upsides from all the bad stuff going on in the world? Example, people buying less garbage plastic stuff, hopefully less brand new cars and phones. Yeah, all the craziness in the world, one of the good things is it gives an opportunity for people like me to preach and preach to people that, hey, we got to try to combat this. We got to try our best. And some of you guys aren't like this. We got to try to be positive. Try to be nice to people because there's plenty of reasons not to be. Look outside. Go on your phone. There's so much negativity and anger everywhere and doom and gloom everywhere. There's no shortage of it. I don't need to add to that. One upside would be, yeah, it's becoming cooler to not flex with like fake shit. Like, people aren't as judgmental if you're not driving a Rolls Royce, obviously, because we're all like, come on, man. It's all BS. And I like nice cars and I like nice stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It's becoming more popular to be conscious of how wasteful that is. Property of Negan says, I love your personality and how you speak the truth. Sending you in Seattle some California love. West Coast solidarity. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Gomez says, with 5G, they can change the frequency levels or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing about and reading about a little bit. It's hard. And again, I don't trust the media. I don't trust anything anymore. I wasn't trusting stuff before it was cool to not trust stuff. I'll tell you that right now. I was paranoid before it was cool and mainstream to be paranoid. Howdy from Clearwater, Florida. What's up, Brian from Florida? Man, I bet it's warm over there. Maybe not, though. Maybe it's a little bit cloudy over there. Mr. Ryan says, I had nosebleeds a lot as a kid around Big Tower, but nobody actually cares enough to move or change their ways to bleed it out. Yeah, that's the thing. I've heard a lot about health issues. I'm not going to say the big C word, but I've heard a lot about health issues being around these cell phone towers and stuff, which is scary. It's scary, and it's really scary when you get these propaganda machines that fight like hell to tell you that's not real. EJBA says, just dropped in to say thanks and happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, man. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Mr. Pillow says, I got a friend who turns off 5G in his phone on a nightstand across the room when he sleeps. Yeah, smart move. Again, I don't have any proof that it's bad, but I wonder. Glossy Honey Mango says, when I went fishing with my dad, the 5G from my phone made the fishes avoid the bait. Yeah, I never thought about that. Exactly. That's a new one. I should actually write that down and look into that. That's brilliant. Brian Tucker, Boomer meets if I ain't fun, make it funny. I guess. Oh, Doomer, he says. Okay, Doomer. Spell check wrong. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm a bad speller myself. Hans says, a friend of mine is tower tech. He climbs those cell towers. If anyone gets 5G exposure, it's those guys. Yeah? I wouldn't do that. You couldn't pay me to do that personally. Appreciate the content you make, Dev. So refreshing. Much love from Louisiana. What's up, Louisiana? Damn, that's far away. 80 and sunny here in Clearwater. Damn. Official North Seattle in the house. Oh, shit. No way. That's cool, man. Small world. I was telling my buddy Nate, we didn't get to drive up on Aurora. I wanted to take him to Aurora to see all the scenery up there. I'm sure you know all about Aurora. People in the chat probably don't, but Aurora's got a lot of interesting views. A lot of hookers. Let's be clear. Hookers everywhere. Broad daylight. Christine says, if we were friends on Facebook, you would learn a lot. Yeah, I don't really use Facebook. I'm not a fan of it. I use IG, but that's toxic too. Nomad says, happy Thanksgiving from South Puget Sound. Keep preaching the truth, even if these thin skins don't want to hear it. What's up, man? Another Northwesterner. That's pretty cool. I actually got recognized at a gas station the other day. Really nice gal. I didn't get her name. I was at the gas station with a friend of mine, an old dude I know, and someone walks in. She goes, hey, I recognize you off YouTube. That was a crazy feeling. There was like 4 or 5 people in the gas station looking at me like, whoa, I don't know if I like that too much, I don't know if I like that too much. I don't know if I want to be recognized out in public. That's happened to me once at the gym as well, which I thought was cool. If you have an iPhone, change the settings to LT. No, I'm an Android guy. I don't like iPhones. I got a full head of hair, luckily, but also try to turn off my Wi-Fi sometimes. Yeah, I've heard bad things about the Wi-Fi as well. God bless from Northeast Tennessee. What's up, Tennessee? Any new colognes? I got Rasasi Hawass Ice from my boy Spiro. Shout out to him, Headspace with Spiro. He's got a YouTube channel. Go check him out. There's a shameless plug for him, Headspace with Spiro. He's actually a real friend of mine in real life. And he actually bought Rasasi Hawass Ice. And for whatever reason, he didn't want the fragrance, so he gave it to me last night. And I'm like, what? That's a really good one. A little bit synthetic, really sweet, fruity fragrance. Kind of like Paco Rabanne's Invictus or Invictus Aqua, if you guys remember that fragrance. Really playful, really youthful. Smells good, though. Keep telling the truth. Hey, I'm going to try my best. Happy Thanksgiving watching from Norfolk, Nebraska. Man, we got people from all over there. Zombies gearing up for Black Friday. Yeah. He says Aurora is lit. Yeah, it's lit, man. It's lit. A lot of real classy gals up there. Love your content from a French living in Canada. What's up? Another Canadian in the house. 6G could turn your phone into a coffee warmer. I hope not. I'm smoking that chronic up in Mukilteo. Yeah, I don't smoke, but hey, man, that's just more for you. That's really good. Hopefully you're having a good time. Guys, I can't spend too much more time on here. I can't get caught up on these chats. Just wanted to say hi. I actually got to go spend time with family. Just want to jump on for a minute and say happy Thanksgiving. And again, remind you guys to try to be nice to one another and try to forgive people that aren't nice. Because remember, a lot of people are spending the holidays alone, maybe for the first time, or maybe they always spend the holidays alone and they're hurting and they're angry. Be nice to them anyways. Try to be nice to people even if they're not nice to you, because it's the right thing to do. Anyways, guys, I gotta roll. Hopefully, you guys get real fat and sassy and full. And until next time, God bless. Be well. I'm out.